Marshall Peterson.
Games Workshop's hosted by John Quennell, Danny McDevitt, I'm Dickie, and it's Grim After Dark.
What is that?
Oh, welcome to Grim After Dark with like that brand new intro that I keep remembering to do week after week.
Wow, that was really loud.
Really loud coughing to make sure everyone's levels are perfect. Oh, I'm in the TV this week. Holy cow, Dickie, put me in.
No, it's a surprise, bitch.
That is a surprise. This is Warhammer's only late night show. My name is John. I'm here to misinform and entertain as we talk about the goings-on of the last week in the world of Games Workshop from apparently a cave in Fallujah. Maybe you can appear like my lighting right here.
I
This
think
week,
you're in a spider hole, John. Tacoma, right?
possibly pretty soon. This week, you hated us playing video games, so I'm just going to play random games. And then also, we have just random slides that I found this week too. But before we go on to that fantastically previewed and exciting show, let's meet the team who makes it all possible. First up, it's co-host with the co-most, now residing in Anchorage, Alaska. He's in law and White Claw, competitive champion, Danny McDevitt. Junior?
Junior.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta like that.
No, it's not a junior. Although a good guess. It is a family name.
It is. McDevitt is the family name. And then he's the man behind the Iron Curtain of Canada. He's a world
McDevitt
eater.
is family name. Yeah. That's your.
Wow. That is the man's trying to silence you on that one.
Yeah.
He's a world eater, not a world beater. It's Tech Priest Dickie. I have to turn on my do not disturb here real quick so it stops beeping in my ear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
As do I always. I don't know. I guess it's awkward when I come in, so I want to ask a question. So
Go.
do you think the show was unpopular last week because we were playing video games, or also because Val wasn't here?
I think Danny, you're shaking your head like you want to make an argument here.
Well, look, it's probably 6 of one, half dozen of another, kind of a situation.
I'm going to be completely honest. There's not a lot of people watching right now, so I'm just saying.
Oh. Is there ever?
No, that's true.
No, there's not. No, there's not.
Also, our completely random decision to record over the last month and a half definitely plays into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's okay. If you build it, they will
come back.
Click apathetically towards things.
Yeah.
But let's move on a little bit. Dickie.
Hello.
I really don't want to do a games played section. And I don't want to talk about events that we've done because that is old hack and that is not entertaining. But what did you get up to last weekend?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're setting me up to ruin the show.
Maybe your events are boring, dude. My events rule.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. I played in not a singles, a team event. So we had a team event in London, Ontario, at the Game Chamber, a delightful store that everyone should go to. It had models, it had games, it had a beautiful play space that looked like the Millennium Falcon. It was awesome. So we played there. I brought my CSM Chaos Space Marines list, and it was a delight.
Whereabouts in the Millennium Falcon did you play? Were you forced to play in the smuggling compartments?
I think it was the smuggling. It wasn't like super nice, but it also wasn't really bad. It's not the worst place I played. It's also not the best place I played. So it's probably the smuggling den. The den of smuggling.
Smuggling den. Yeah. Disney, by the way, on their way to London, England, their lawyers confused about where you went for this weekend.
That makes complete sense, yeah.
But okay, it's fine. You talk about games played. We can go with that as long as it's not a team event. Do not want to hear about team events.
It was 100%. It was 100% team.
Here, Dickie. Let me help you. I'm just going to recap it real quick. Well, the team paired well, and I got the matchups that I wanted, so we won.
No. So when we do practice, this was a practice event for the Stutter Scrub team. We do chaos theory when we do team events, which is just random. We just grab.
So you guys all play chaos armies?
No, we all play random. We all play like whatever happens.
Oh, so. But random chaos armies.
Random chaos pairings.
Oh, you roll like to just like see who gets what?
Well, we have cards, so we basically shuffle the cards, and whatever
Mhm.
goes down on the table goes down on the table. Yeah.
And did you go down at the table?
I went down
Perfect
a lot at the
sportsmanship.
table. Actually, our sportsmanship was quite good. Thank you.
I bet it was.
very much. Yeah.
You know what? And Dickie, that's saying a lot because you guys are in Canada. So I assume the sportsmanship is just going to be really good.
Is best
Probably.
sportsman the most hotly contested category in Canada?
No, the best team would have been the most hotly contested.
But isn't
Not-
teams just like the ultimate form of sportsmanship?
Dickie,
No.
the ultimate trophy isn't which team can drink the most bottles of maple syrup at the start of the tournament. I thought that was like a Canadian tradition.
No, that was Sunday. This was
Day 2 is you
Day
come
2
on for
is,
like
maple syrup.
The winners drink it, and then they die from the caloric intake, so that balances the tournament next month. Because you can never win twice in a row because of the diabetes from drinking.
it's from
so
a
much
tree.
syrup.
How bad can it be?
That rhymes. Do you work for the Canadian Advertising Board? Because that's quite fantastic.
No.
Wink, wink.
Danny, we were also sort of in purchasing action this weekend as I was able to find a local Games Workshop that didn't sell through all of the competitive things, which is always a great find. So I want to thank that store and Abigail, the great store manager there, for setting me up with a wonderful Blood Angels army set I did not need, but just turned me into starting a Blood Angels army because of it. So,
It's wonderful.
it's a wonderful thing. It's that's what GW stores do. You go in and you leave with a new army. And if you haven't, they haven't finished their training.
Or at least they haven't talked to you about it. Dickie, how did you guys do overall?
We placed second. We took a draw
that's great.
drawn 2 wins. But we were just kind of screwing around. I have a very good team. So we have Riven, Scary, we have Dustin Henshaw on the team. So a lot of the guys we like to bring new blood into the team and test them out. And it's more of a fun adventure to London. The real event is not this weekend, the next weekend, which is the Stutter Scrub team tournament. Yeah.
Oh.
We're only the most handsome jacketed gentlemen run events.
Yeah, he's got to take that goddamn jacket off. But once he does,
his power is gone.
His power's gone.
Like Samson.
Oh,
Samson
forever.
with the jacket.
I want to talk to Samson.
Oh.
Dickie, go ahead. Choose a random bumper. I can't actually.
Perfect.
I'll do the listener questions because
what an excellent show.
Yeah.
So loud.
This week's comment of the week, not brought to you by Frontline Gaming this week.
Oh,
our friends there. Brought to you a couple weeks ago, Danny. I know you shared this with me as well. Paul Sawyer, the former Fablook editor of White Dwarf, was diagnosed with inoperable, incurable brain cancer, and his family had set up a GoFundMe to raise some funds to make sure that his end of life was as quality as it was going to be. Now, some assholes set up a fraudulent collection account, so they had to shut down their GoFundMe because other people were trying to do the things.
Why do people suck?
People
That's
suck
horrible.
so hard. And like I said, Danny, I know we were talking about it. Fablook or Paul Sawyer, probably one of the main reasons I continued in the hobby, because like his enthusiasm, passion, the original Tale of Four Warlords, some fantastic stuff there. But if you still want to support their family with some quality of life, there is on Warlord Games, the company he helped start, is doing a charity miniature, which Dickie, I think you have here that you can pull up.
Oh yeah, it's in the show notes as well.
It's
so
also the link to buy it is in the show notes. Go and buy it immediately because it will instantly, regardless of what game system you play, even if you're just playing 40k, it's going to make a fantastic tank commander to stick at the top of whatever Lehman Russ or Rogel Dorn that you want to field with your Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum as it's going to be. Have you seen this miniature, Danny?
Bringing it up right now.
No, let me see. I want to see it.
It is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I have to tell them I'm in the rest of the world. 1 second.
Okay. Is Canada in the rest of the world, or is it still part
God,
of the United Kingdom?
This guy though, what contributions he's had to like all of our collective. Like if you were, I'd say like if you're in your early 40s, like, or I would say even mid 40s to like late 30s or mid 30s, like I think probably a pretty big influence on your wargaming. I know he was for me.
Yeah.
What a great model.
It is really pretty.
It's a fantastic model. They did a great job kind of bringing his likeness like. And like I said, if you have any kind of guard tanks at all, buy this model, cut it off at the waist, have it sticking out the turret, and you're going to have a fantastic piece. All profits for this miniature do go to help for quality of life. On the plus side, they shut down the GoFundMe because of fraud after they already raised £25,000, which was more than 2.5 times the amount they originally wanted. So he's going to have a pretty good end of life there. And also, Whaling Games in the UK donated £6,000. So great job. I
saw that. That's
phenomenal.
So generous.
So if you're in the UK, definitely shop with those guys because they are doing the right stuff. The model is amazing. Go buy one for your friends. Like I said, all profits go to help someone who I know. And I'm going to slightly emotional about it. It helped all of us at sort of our formative years of 40K. Moving on, though, to someone who doesn't help us anymore.
Jesus.
So what is Val? Are we getting Val's picture up next? Is that what we're doing?
No. This comment come in here said, I can definitely understand why Val left the show, but it does make me sad.
Oh,
Danny, is this a sentiment that you can get behind?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, everything he said there, no matter which way you take it, is going to be true.
It's true. And of course, he's still going to draw by time to time to try and figure out why we're still talking about 40K. Probably pick up his residual check. You guys, he negotiated that in his contract, right? He gets residuals.
Wait, we get paid?
No, he does. He's the one who made all the contracts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, fantastic thing. But yeah, that was our comment of the week there. And there wasn't many other comments of the week because people don't like it when we play video games. Which jokes on them. Jokes on them. Well, we're going to play a heck of a lot of Police Simulator coming up.
Oh, no.
While talking about 40K. Oh, so I brought back a couple old favorites to try and force the old audience back in.
Yeah.
That we've so disrespected. My first bit I want to talk about here. By the way, I made no notes, and I don't really remember doing this. So it's all going to be a surprise to me here. But
it's going to be a surprise and a mystery, and, John, most importantly, an adventure.
It is. This surprise mystery and adventure is when I go to Spiky Bits, give you the headlines, and ask you to tell me what the article is talking about. First up here, we have Games Workshop is passively aggressively fighting 3D printing now. Danny, Dickie, how are they passively aggressively fighting 3D printing now?
How does one passively aggressive fight anything, really?
What's that? Is it Razzle camo? Like that they used to use during World War II? The Dazzle camouflage? Is that what that's
like
called?
The white and black chevron thing? Yeah.
When they started casting their models, they're now casting them in Dazzle camouflage, so it's impople to 3D scan them.
So that when you try and scan them, they don't show up under enemy radar.
Yeah, perfect. And also 3D scanners can't do it.
Yeah,
impossible.
Perfect. Dickie, how are Games Workshop passively aggressively fighting 3D printing now?
But I'm trying to. Wouldn't they be like aggressively fighting it? What? Like I don't understand why they're
because they're little bitches. I think.
They're not little. They fight for their IP.
It's very important to realize that Spiky Bits has this perception that Games Workshop is the worst company on the face of the planet. And in fact, that's their business model.
That's their business model. I will say 90% of these articles are not written by Rob Baer.
Oh. Are they written by AI? Like, who's writing
it's this new writer called Bob Rare.
Bob Rare.
No, but Danny, great team name for next year. But no, it is someone else. I can let you know that Games Workshop is passively aggressively fighting 3D printing by using pictures, drawings of models when they're announced, and sharing art instead of the 3D rotations of models that they used to.
I mean, like.
With the idea that the writer believes that Games Workshop thinks, God, that's an awful sentence. The writer believes that Games Workshop thinks that by putting like full 360s of models in different angle views, 3D modelers will be able to copy it quicker.
Cool.
It's
What a
pretty
take.
close, though.
You know,
Pretty
whatever.
Seems right.
Okay, next up. Rumors. New Primark, Citadel
Yeah.
dropper bottle, 40k Elder on the way. Expand on these a little for me, please, gentlemen.
Okay, well, the last one's easy because they announced that like Eldar was like a book that's going to be released within the next 3, I believe. So I don't. That's not really a rumor. That's an actual thing.
But
So
what models do they believe will be replaced soon?
Okay, so what models need to be replaced? So the flying guys with the wings, what are they called, Danny?
The swooping hawks were
Yeah.
Swooping Hawks.
Get those guys going, and what else? What else needs to be redone?
Spiders.
Yeah, do those up too. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. You got a new army.
Fire dragons.
Just fire dragons and Fuegan.
I kind of like the fire dragons. Kind of, they have a soft spot.
They're like fine.
Yeah.
But the difference is between them and some of these other models, like for instance, spiders.
Yeah.
They have had
Banshees.
updates since 1994. So like somehow they look a little bit better than these like shit models. Yeah.
Dwarf spiders old enough to rent a car.
Shoot. Old enough to have a mortgage. That's really where they're at.
No one's old enough to have a mortgage anymore, Danny. You should see my insurance rate.
Nobody gets those. What are you talking
Silly goose.
Citadel dropper bottle paints. Tell me with their angle on this one. I'm gonna spoil it. You're not gonna get it, but I want to hear what you.
Yeah,
guys
no,
think.
I know what it is. No, John, these are actually just contrast paints in a dropper setting, and you just drop the drops on your models, and it paints them.
You just squeeze it in hard. Incorrect, but probably closer. Dickie, what do you think their take on this was?
Okay, so they're gonna release just the bottles with the Citadel logo around it, so you have to still transfer your paint into those bottles,
Just empty bottles.
but just empty bottles.
So
yeah.
exactly what people are doing now, but because Games Workshop are doing it, they're going to complain heavily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It'll be more expensive than what they're doing.
Oh
now.
yeah, way more.
$7
Like only
to drop
like
a bottle.
3 bottles in a package. Only 3 bottles, and you have to buy multiple blisters of bottles.
The actual thing, and this was.
Hey, we have one more to talk about, John.
Okay, sure. No, we're going to get to the third part here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I want to touch because the dropper bottle reaffirmed my faith in Spiky Bits more than anything ever could.
Yeah.
Really?
They have heard talk of whispers of the term Citadel Pro, which would be a great time to refresh their paint range, which roughly refreshes every 3 years, which it doesn't. And they believe, Spiky Bits believes it would be a good time to finally release dropper bottles? ?
It's not a bad. I mean, like army painters eating their lunch, right? I would have to imagine with the Fnatic range, so they gotta be thinking.
I mean, I doubt it.
Really?
I'm 100% a Duncan Rhodes truther, like every painter.
Oh, you're a truther.
Yeah, and some contrast.
You have to remember, Dickie, that like all the people that don't buy paints that aren't GW or buy products that aren't GW, there's a huge amount of people that just buy
there's a
the stuff on the shelf.
Share. Yeah. I'm telling you, their Fnatic is so good. Like it's so good.
Dude, Dickie, did you even email them to sponsor us? Stop talking about it. I heard it's average at best. I've never.
Come on, man. We gotta look. We gotta try to monetize this somehow. If we get something,
we gotta pay Val somehow.
He's got residuals that we got to cover.
Yeah.
Pretty soon he's gonna repossess my car if we don't make his bank.
I really shouldn't.
That contract was very unfavorable.
Very bad.
Well, I don't know who read that thing before we signed it, but it
wasn't me.
Well, you weren't legally allowed to because you
I was before I was a
lawyer.
lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. The final part here, new Primark. What do you think this means?
Like, what do we think they think it means, or what do we think?
What do you think if you were to just see this non-clickbait informative headline and you saw new Primark? What would your thoughts be?
I think my first thought would be Fulgrim ? But maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Baldor.
Baldor. That's really good. That's a deep cut. Joel Atkins in chat. I'm not in a cardboard box, but pretty close. I am in a hotel in Washington while I close in the house. So my lighting setup is like I'm in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
But it's somehow worse than under a bunk bed.
Yeah.
Somehow worse.
But also better than playing Space Marine 2 with your friend.
True.
Yeah.
Ironically, yeah, more people watching this than watching
Weird.
this flail on easy level at Space Marine 2. Who would have thought? No, the new Primarch that they're talking about is a new Rogel Dorn for 30k.
Oh, come the heck on.
Okay.
Talking about they've heard rumors, which Danny, we should just start a news website.
They've heard.
Dude, it would be so easy. I could talk about all the rumors I make up all the time.
Yeah. So new edition of Horus Heresy coming this year, according to Spiky Bits. And we all know with new editions, you keep exactly the same armies in the box, in the starter box. So Imperial Fists again. With the new Rogel Dorn. Do you know why they're doing a new Rogel Dorn, Danny, according to Spiky Bits?
Is it a Chaos version of Rogel Dorn?
No, it's because the Rogel Dorn model currently is too static and doesn't have an action-y pose.
But he's an Imperial Fist, John.
When you're a stoic Imperial Fist who spends most of his time planning, action poses are really what you need to be going for.
True.
Yeah, that one angered me a little bit there. But anyway, next up. Warhammer Legends. Warhammer 40k Legends. Guide to classic models and how to keep them in play.
Is this like a guide on advocacy or like are they trying to like petition Games Workshop to keep these models
Why
going?
Why would they choose the shitty bike guy too? Like picture, like there's so many better old models in that.
I mean, they literally made a new chaplain on bike model.
Which is far superior. It's much better.
Yeah.
Yes. So any ideas what this is about, this article?
Use them as much as possible and keep using the most busted combination you can for these old models, because that's what keeps them in the game for longer, is actually if you break the game with them consistently a lot.
How? Okay, I guess Dickie, you can chime in here too.
Yep.
How many words is this article?
Words? 50.
Within, to the nearest, 50 words, you said?
Oh, yeah, at least 50.
Okay.
I'm going to say 5,000.
Whoa, that's a lot of words, Danny.
Danny, you're pretty close.
What?
This article is around 4,000 words.
Well, that's too many words for such a silly topic.
The oil all boiled down to go to Warhammer community for the rules. But it lists out every model that's ever gone into Legend and a short description of them.
Yeah.
As an aside, how many words was Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech?
Probably about 1,500.
About 1,700. Yeah. So this is obviously twice.
Look at that. That's close, man.
You know your speeches.
Yeah.
You know your speeches.
10 points to Danny right there.
But yeah, Warhammer Legends, twice as important, twice as much to say as equal rights in the eyes of Spiky Bits. Don't sue us. Moving on. We have one more.
Scoring. Yep.
Forge World died so Games Workshop could have a unified Warhammer brand. What is this article about?
It's about the two different companies, basically, right? Like a Citadel versus the other one. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. Is that what it is? No, it's not Forge World anymore.
Citadel Miniatures is anyway.
The specialty.
They've been defunct for a while.
The specialty place that does like Blood Bowl and Necromunda and whatever, and it's how they're two separate kind of organizations with thank you very much. The two separate organizations within the Games Workshop umbrella. Is that what they're referring to?
I think this is referring to Horus Heresy models not being able to be used in 40k. That would be my guess.
Yeah, so wrong. This is essentially
you quick wronged you.
A very short
Yeah.
very factually choosy history of Forge World.
Okay.
From start to end. And
How many
ends
words
with,
was this, John?
oh, I didn't change. It was a lot of words. Like it started with how Forge World started, but ignored the fact that Armor Cast started before it. So it's all good.
Did you ever have any of those Armorcast models, John?
Okay.
I did
I
it.
found this on the web for it started with how far is
Oh,
one.
geez. Stop
Siri
listening
is
to
just
us.
being too listening there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I did not, but I saw a lot of the Warhounds and the goofier looking, some of the Tyranid things that just look like little slugs being pushed along the floor.
They look really dumb. Yeah.
But this article is just a history of Forge World and specialist games. And it was like, could have been a little better, sure, but it was fairly balanced for Spiky Bits. But like the headline, the article title could have just been so much more than just Forge World died.
Yeah. There's so
Didn't
many.
die.
Like, there's actually a really good conversation in that that I said. There's two separate departments within Games Workshop actively fighting each other at all times. That's interesting.
My favorite part of this, by the way, I cut my favorite part of the article and put it right underneath here. I want to read it. They didn't just make models; they crafted legends.
Oh.
By 2005, the Elysian
the
drop
legends are
troops were dropping jaws. Danny, please stifle your laughter. And Forge World had become synonymous with intricate designs and unparalleled quality.
Unparalleled quality, though?
I mean,
As someone who's assembled multiple Fire Raptors as a power gamer, unparalleled quality seems like a high bar that you're aiming for.
wasn't your Squiggoth, didn't it bleed release agent for a really long time?
I had to repaint my Gargantuan Squiggoth 3 times because it continually leaked. And after the second time I left, I scrubbed it for almost a day, just sitting with a tub in front of the TV, and then left it in detergent for another day, then dried it off for a week, and then painted it, and then it still flaked off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Unparalleled quality.
Unparalleled.
Yeah, Forge World died so Old World could live.
Well,
so one time I was trying to sell Finecast on some people, and they were like, "Well, this product is weak and lame," and I'm like, "No, it's actually pretty durable." And so I had this Cryptek model, and I'm like, "See, look, I've got him here," and I just tossed him, and I'd done this before in the store, and it was fine, and he fell and shattered immediately into 50 pieces.
You're like, in my defense,
all right, well, fair enough.
That one was from China.
Yeah, don't buy that one.
Oh, what we got next here? Oh, cool. Yeah, this one is one I found. I wish I hadn't.
God.
This one came from a community called R Warhammer Smut. It said, female 18, I played a couple games with an entire drop pod up my ass.
Jesus, that's a big...
is this right before you click the join button, John? I have to know. We won't know.
I unclicked so it didn't look like I was a massive perv. But this begs the question, Danny. Doors open or closed?
John, closed to start, open to finish, if you know what I mean.
My.
Oh,
it was an internal deployment of those Space Marines.
If I play you, please don't do this. I don't want to, You look uncomfortable. You're okay. Yeah, just my drop pod deployment. My drop pod deployed wrong.
Hold on, let me adjust.
Redeploy. What's that rule called, Danny? Was it rapid insertion?
No, I think it's called wide step.
Yeah, but please don't do this. Or visit that community. I'm going to take it off the screen here. Danny, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at a picture of Space Marine, the game, and then under it, we have a picture of a woman saying, "This is why I hate video games. It appeals to the male fantasy." And the quotation is, "Okay, maybe she was right all along."
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Dang,
pretty hard to deny that
we
Space
played a
Marines
ton
are
of,
part of the male
Space
power fantasy.
Played a ton of Space Marine 2 this past week. It is a phenomenally satisfying game. Is it to you so far the single best 40K video game that has been released?
I mean, it's the most fun game I played in a while. Like as far as just like an action game that's a really good time, I've really enjoyed Space Marine. I thought the story was cool too.
Story was cool. Did you finish it yet?
No,
No, okay.
but it's been cool so far.
I have to say, like, just because I was watching you guys and I haven't played it yet, the visuals were unbelievable. Like the roaming swarm of Tyranids, like that was so awesome.
Yeah, the swarm animations are fantastic. Danny and I played some more Saturday, and there's a couple of pieces where it's just jaw-dropping the way swarms work and interact, and there's got the penultimate level. There's a couple of like sequences where you have to turn off your brain and just enjoy being like a part of that kind of 40K universe, and it was fantastic for that. And hopefully well supported on the PvP PvE afterwards, because that campaign it's early 2000s length, so it's like 9 hours, 8 hours maximum to get through it, and then when you get through it, that's sort of it. But hopeful for that PvE.
Yeah,
me too. And like, there's some cool, like the PvE looks cool. I want to try the PvP as well, because I'm sure that'll be a good time. I'm excited about playing Night Lord's Raptor character, because I think that's definitely something you can do.
I've already unlocked my Blood Angels Assault Marine skin, even though Assault Marines are terrible in PvP.
Really?
They don't jump as high.
Oh,
they don't do as much damage, so it's not as satisfying, but still great.
It's fun to be fast, though.
It is. Joel and chat saying it's not a very nuanced game. No, it's not a very nuanced game. But you're a millennia-old killing machine going through hordes of alien bugs. It shouldn't be nuanced.
Nope.
I don't want to have Life is Strange style narrative choices. I just want to smash things.
Whoa, wait a minute. Just you, I do.
Oh, Danny, what I love this picture, but what are we looking at?
We're looking at a lot of people who have apparently peed in a pool full of piss, and then one guy who's been drinking a lot of water pees in that pool, and there's a clear area of urine and water around him, and everyone is pointing at this gentleman and laughing.
You could say everyone's pissing in the pool and laughing at the guy who is not pissing in the pool. Yeah, even though he's got the most normal behavior of all. What is your 40K equivalent of this? What is an opinion that you believe is normal, but everyone else thinks is just ridiculous and mockable? What is your sea of tranquility in a pool of piss?
Honestly, John, I don't know. I don't know. I would think I would have something for this, like right off the top of my head.
I hoped you would have something for this.
Normally I would have said like points for painting your models, but that's part of the game now, so I think that's pretty cool. I would say sportsmanship, but I honestly don't encounter bad sportsmanship very often, so I'm fine with that not being part of the game anymore. God, if I had to pick something, here I got my one.
Okay.
I liked the Decurion style detachments. I thought they were really fun, and I would like them to come back in some form.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, someone has to have Space Marine army that can Decurion. No, I think that's a good opinion, though, because they were flavorful competitive armies. They were just very limited to sort of what you could field. And I think there's a benefit to that for people who want to feel almost like when you have new players go onto groups and be like, hey, I want to build a Space Marine army, build a list for me. Because they just want a list that's going to work. And those old Decurion or battle companies, they were essentially a pre-built list that you could just sort of take. And there is a place for stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't have great memories of Battle Company and pre everything upgrades. And just like I think that was one of my first modern 40k memories, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, and I just stopped checking rules because if it sounds like bullshit, it's probably right.
That's what my friend who played Grey Knights said in 5th edition. Every time he'd start a game, he's like, look, I'm going to tell you what my rules are, and they're going to sound like total bullshit, but I promise you this is actually how this rule works.
That does
and it
sound
would be
like,
yeah, this is total bullshit. Like, I agree with you. It does feel that way.
Does sound like Grey Knights in that edition, though, to be fair. But yeah. Dickie, do you have any pool of normalcy in a pool of piss?
Well, no, I immediately, when you were asking, I immediately went to lore and how everyone loves the Sanguinor, and I'm not a big Sanguinor. I think he's a piece of shit.
Oh, I could take or leave him.
Yeah, he's meh.
He's good in the game.
Yeah, are we talking about lore or the fact that he can just show up in combat when you hit him a speed bump?
That shit slaps.
That slaps hard.
It's annoying, but also it slaps hard.
I could give two shits if he helped old ladies cross the road in the lore. As long as he just shows up and fights first, that's all I really care about.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel special characters should be limited and should not be able to be used in competitive play.
Oh,
that is spicy.
Spice.
That's my spicy opinion, because Danny, when I was like theory crafting Blood Angels list with you about what I wanted to run,
I'm like, take all the characters.
I hated that it seemed that no matter what I did, all of the characters show up. So you're thinking, okay, narratively, if GW is pushing this as even a tournament play, like this is a narrative experience and these two armies are facing each other. In the small excursion between the Blood Angels and the Imperial Fists over this misunderstanding, every single member of the chapter's command shows up for the small battle. It's kind of like having a Star Trek away mission with no red shirts. Like, they're not going to put everyone in one place. Like, heck, the board of my company are not allowed to fly on the same plane because it's too dangerous. There's no way the entire chapter command is showing up at once.
Calgar and everyone's not coming to that one small 1,000 point battle.
I feel for matched play, there should be a hard limit on named characters if you're allowed any at all.
Interesting. I'm not opposed to that necessarily. It does limit the way that some of the armies plays a little bit, but as long as you can like limit it in a way that still allows people to take their favorite characters, I think
so. You can still take, like, say you can still take your Typhus and run your Plague Marines detachment, but you then can also take Mortarion and all these other kind of guys as well. Or you can still take Azeroth and run your Death Company, and that means you can also take the other Death Company character, but Tycho's not going to show up. Like, they're like sensible limitations on characters, because I think
is Tycho in the new book?
No, I meant the other one, the other golden god.
I see. Yeah, Dante.
Dante. Yeah, totally similar name.
Duncan in chat. I assume it's Duncan Rhodes because we're so popular.
That's fair.
That's a very old world opinion that you have there, John.
It is. I'm an old world kind of guy.
He is. He literally is. You guys.
Literally is. Yeah, they tried to throw me in the harbor. I said,
no fucking way. He floats, baby.
I float like a witch.
All those
like
other
a
bags
witch.
of Lipton.
I'm like a witch.
Oh, moving on, Danny. I found this comment on the Warhammer 40k community. Maybe you can help me out here. Question about warlords. Why? I collect Space Wolves, and to the best of my knowledge, who your warlord is near inconsequential. Is that the same with other factions? I believe there's one mission in Rule Empire Nexus which gives you some kind of benefit from your warlord being somewhere, perhaps, I think, maybe? But otherwise, to the best of my knowledge, the enemy gets no bonus to killing your warlord. Your own army doesn't get anything extra if Stabby McWolf Guy or Scratchy Wolf Dude Esquire, I think he's a Space Wolf player, are your warlord. I get that thematically any force would have centralized command and thus a warlord, but gameplay mechanics wise, what's the crack?
Well, it's a secret
mission rules, right?
Yeah,
those are that's basically what it is that affects it. I think you can get extra command point if you're on your objective or your warlord's on the table. I think that's one of them.
Yeah, and there's a secret mission that if you have your warlord and you put him on their deployment zone objective,
oh, that's right,
then you get 20 victory points. So that is the big one, I guess.
Guys, like, this is just for the current season. This isn't permanent.
Yeah.
So like think about think about it like maybe a more long-term view than just like, oh, in Pariah Nexus this doesn't do anything, but like it very well could in the next iteration of competitive play. I think it probably will. And I quite like certain characters having to be the Warlord because it kind of puts some stipulations on hiding him and things like that.
And also, Pariah Nexus, like I said, almost done. I'm almost done canceling my watch list on GW's web store for a Pariah Nexus deck.
Dude, I got a deck at the tournament the other weekend.
Yeah.
I was maybe the most happy I've been in
how much
months.
I'm sad. I really. Yeah.
I only got one because somebody backed out at that day. They had them and they got 10 of them and they were immediately gone.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever told this story. So I went to the motherland. I went to England, and then I went to the head of Games Workshop, Nottingham, to buy.
God, if you bought Pariah Nexus, I'm gonna be so sad.
I was like, "Hey guys, I'm here to pick up my Pariah Nexus cards," and the store guy literally laughed in my face when I was there. He's like, "Whoa, we haven't had those for months." I was like, "Wait a minute, I came to the Games Workshop, and you guys don't have these fucking cards?" And they're like,
"Stupid American."
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, God damn it. And then I ended up just WTC had like pre-done like cards and I just bought a set there.
I will say I don't promote piracy, but if there's any like Etsy sellers, if you just photocopy a card deck and sell it, you are going to make a ton because I don't think the next round they're probably not going to make enough of as well.
Yeah.
I just, it's frustrating, right? Because like this is the way that you get to play the game, and so I really feel like this is a really unfortunate bottleneck that they put everyone through here.
Like, how am I supposed to show up? Like, again, I'm in a new community down here, and now I'm in a situation where if I want to show up at a GT or an RTT, I don't have all the supplies, and there's no way for me to get all the supplies. So it's not a good look. I feel even it should have been. As soon as they were sold out online, as soon as they realized no more were ever going to be made, because let's be honest, no more are going to be made.
Yeah,
they should have been available to download or print or get in some way.
But I don't think that's a bad idea. I think
the fact that you cannot get them anywhere, they have no plans for remaking them, and this is their primary supported mode of play, is just not okay. Ulysses in chat saying Infinity by Corvus Belli has the exact same issue with mission cards. It also has the issue of being a really shit game. So that's a little bit extra that they have to deal with on top of not having the appropriate supplies.
And I gotta say, when people use the app, just use the app card or the app. It's not the same, man.
No, I need that tactile.
Yeah, I
need that tactile feeling. This is Nerion's YouTube feed that I found here, and I want to take you through this wonderful timeline.
Look at this.
So 1 month ago, Henry Cavill leaves woke Warhammer 40K.
Yeah,
that's a month ago. So I'm guessing early September, late August.
Makes sense.
2 weeks ago, Henry Cavill saves Warhammer Cinematic Universe. What happened in those 2 weeks?
Easy, John. He became a massive racist.
And
now everyone is very excited about this. That's what this guy's channel is. He bases it on that. So,
so 5 days ago, we've evolved. Henry Cavill saves Warhammer Cinematic Universe. Gone. Not enough. Now Henry Cavill saves Warhammer franchise. How does he do that? Does he have a secret supply of Pariah Nexus mission decks?
He's just been handing them out at his local store, to his community. Alms for the poor kind of a thing. No, John, here, instead of racism, he's turned to sexism. And so I don't know if you heard about the statement that he released where he talks about how women aren't welcome in the Amazon series. This is a man's only TV show, similar to the Man Show. I don't know if you ever watched that show from back in the day.
Like a Warhammer version of the Man Show would be very appropriate for lore.
Huh.
Nailed it.
Then 21 hours ago, Henry Cavill cancels Warhammer 40k series. Now, when I read this, I imagine the scene from The American Office where Michael Scott declares bankruptcy. And everyone around him is like, it doesn't work like that. But help me out. How did he cancel the Warhammer 40k series?
Well, and I don't know how familiar you are with how this is done in film. But what happens is they get like a script, and when you are a producer, you get this stamp. And he stamped it as hard as he could. And in fact, it didn't just stamp like the first episode, like canceled. It also, the stamp hit so hard that it imprinted on all the other episodes. They're all canceled. They're all canceled because Cavill, God, I saw him in Wolverine and Deadpool, and that dude is freaking huge. So I can only imagine the stamping power that he has.
It's going to make a great Sister of Battle. Dickie, this question is for you. Why does it say 10 on the top left of the screen, and why did it take me 45 minutes to notice?
It's changed numbers.
Yeah.
What are we counting?
Okay, so Danny got one out of your questions, and he got 10 points.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got points. Yeah. Okay.
But you haven't asked any more questions, so no other points.
That's fair.
I'm winning this game.
Soon there will be. Move on. This is from the Imperium of Man, which is usually a trash group, but sometimes it says some good things. It has a picture of the monster Stitch from Disney's Lilo and Stitch and an Astarte. How many Astartes do you think Stitch could kill, Danny?
Oh, wow.
In or out of armor?
In
armor, yeah.
There's soft parts to that armor.
Yeah, but I don't think that really matters. Are we talking scouts or full Marines?
Well, I mean, we've played Space Marine too. They're essentially the same thing.
What? All right. Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm going to say 0 then. John, 0 Space Marines. I think Stitch could kill.
I think Stitch is a bad ass, man.
I think he's a cartoon character.
He would. Well,
wait a minute here.
This is important.
Yeah.
You are aware Space Marines are also not real.
What? I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Moving on. I saw this fantastic thing.
Yeah.
This is the Lady Custodia that came in the very good GW animation on Warhammer Plus.
Did you watch it?
It was very good. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Honestly,
most of the Warhammer Plus stuff is fantastic. They just do absolutely nothing to promote it, other than put ladies in to make nerds mad. But this one said, I was entirely neutral about Gulliman coming back, but as Dark Angels collector since the late 80s, I was excited about the return of Lion. But then GW had Mike Brooks write the book, so I refused to read it. Danny, what are your thoughts on this?
Poor Mike.
Mike Brooks,
first of all, Son of the Forest is a
fantastic.
Great book.
And also his workbooks are really good.
Yeah, I like Mike Brooks. I think he does a good job.
In one book, he made a Adeptus Mechanicus character a they-them person. A majority robot person who hates their own flesh. He gave them no gender, and that annoyed people. So now people don't like Mike Brooks.
Well, the good news is that Cavill's not going to read that book, so that won't be part of the Amazon series.
Oh, man, we kicked a hornet's nest. There is a lot of chat about Stitch. Like, I got Sherman saying Stitch is indestructible according to lore.
Okay, hold on. I'm Googling that. That sounds wrong.
No, he is in the lore. I've watched that movie a lot.
Because he was
my young child likes it. He's Joel, are we talking about novel Marines or tabletop Marines? Which I think is an important distinction.
I would say novel. Stitch doesn't have a model and rules.
No. I was
he did get hit by plasma gun.
It's true.
He got up.
This was, by the way, about the Blood Angels jump pack troops getting their wings clipped in order for just flat panels.
Yeah.
Someone said, woman whined for 150 years to get the vote. I'd whine for 300 years to get wings back.
Those seem like equivalent struggles, and like the way to really
The phrasing,
upplay people wanting to be enfranchised, dude. Like pretty freaking cool.
because back in the early 20th century, when suffragette movement was really in swing, they were just like, "I just want to vote," and it was just
Right.
like that the entire time. But honestly,
If I know anything about women, that sounds right to me, John.
I would love to see this guy whine for 300 years, got wings back, but in that style, so that, like, of what he believes suffragettes went through to get the vote. So just be like, why don't they have wings anymore? I don't like the flat vents. And
Your
just,
struggle is equivalent, buddy.
yeah, go get him, chum. Oh yeah, this guy. The next favorite section coming up here. Danny, tell me the rules for these guys.
I don't know what those are. Should I know?
No, they look like Megamind. I don't know where they are.
They
But
Dragon Ball Z characters? What's going on?
All right.
possibly.
So
What's
here's
the
what I
rules?
can tell you about these
Yeah.
guys. Movement, trash. Movement
Yeah.
2. They can't bend their legs. It's very clear.
Oh,
from
no.
the model.
Yeah. Monopose.
Let's see. So they seem like they're kind of strong. I don't have any like perspective on how big
Sure.
they are compared
Nope,
to other
minus
models.
per
So
kill,
they
yeah.
look beefy though. So I'm going to say they're strong. I think they have strength 4 close combat attacks. If they get guns, it doesn't look like they have guns right now. They mostly just do punching.
Mhm.
There's no AP on that. It's
No.
just like 3
Yeah.
strength 4 attacks. Probably toughness 4, probably a 3+ armor save.
Yeah.
1 or 2 wounds, I would say. I'm going to go with 1 because they're wimpy Xenos.
They
It's
don't
actually
have helmets. No helmets.
it's actually just a tactical marine. This is from their new Gene Stealer cult. When the cults invade all of the firstborn. To
Oh,
get
Gene Stealer
from the Lord.
Tactics. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is going to cause a little bit of controversy in the community because this is technically a female marine. But Danny,
But it has horns.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
it has udders.
It has
So?
udders.
Female cows have udders.
Male cows
Yeah?
have penises.
A male cow's udder is just a penis.
You don't think that male cows can have udders, John? Is that what you're trying to say?
Don't like
This is
that.
literally what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So Danny, I got one question for you.
Yo,
Is this marine? What is its movement?
Yeah. Get it? Move.
fuck you, dude. So mad right now. Unbelievable.
Mad cow.
God, I hate puns.
Oh, this is a
The
Pikachu.
Pika Stompa
Pika Stompa.
or Stompachu.
Stompachu, yeah.
Ooh, I like that better.
What's the rules for the Stompachu?
It's John, it has the exact same rules as the regular Stompa, but it's 10% worse.
You can feed it a thing though, and it forces its evolution into a slightly better Stompa, which just seems like an animal rights violation.
Right.
It's true, yeah. Why does it have such a round head?
Gotta get
Probably
small.
because the artist was dealing with very limited supplies in order to finish the Pika Stompa.
Well, mechs don't usually
oh,
have
no.
the best things. Oh, a dwarf flasher.
I love that.
Danny, Dickie, in your other show, Old World Charm, you go over some review Warhammer Fantasy units and talk about the Old World. What's this guy's rules in the Old World?
Well, first, Danny, what would this model be used as in a dwarf army?
Oh, this is a model for a game? I thought this was just a Scotsman.
This was just a picture of JT from Play on Tabletop.
Like, if you were gonna put this model in your army,
That guy's
what
got
would
too
he be?
much
Would
hair.
he be the BSB? Would he be?
I think he's a champion, clearly. I mean,
Okay.
he's letting it all hang out there. You know, I mean, he's issuing a challenge for sure.
He causes fear for female models within a 6-inch radius.
Or hatred, one of the
Or
two.
hatred,
He gets
yeah.
a pick.
Oh, class. It's
Lovely.
disturbing. I won that off.
Do you
the
think he
screen.
has little balls modeled behind that beard?
Obviously.
No, he's wearing a thong. Like if I
Oh, he
go
is?
back here, yeah. Oh, let me.
He's
Oh,
wearing a thong.
I
we
skip.
can't
Oh,
go back.
there we go.
we
I
went-
go
we
back.
Only
Go back.
forward.
The future.
All right, that's the end of the show, folks. Have a good night.
I spoiled my game.
Sorry.
Yeah, he has see a little thong right there.
I thought that was his belly fat.
Oh,
I
that's
thought,
just
I thought that was just
Oh.
his stomach.
he's a G-string.
Dude, who
Dwarf
knows?
and
Look,
G-string.
it's risque.
But anyway, this Inceptor. What are the rules for this Inceptor?
To infinity and beyond, baby.
For me, he can actually fly.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Yeah.
would be
He
amazing.
can deep strike, but only if he jumps off the top shelf.
Yeah.
And his gun's
Um,
just a
He
flashlight.
deep strikes, but he doesn't have the fly keyword because it's falling with style.
He does have the special rule, you've got a friend in me.
Oh,
Going
dear.
back to that drop pod post from earlier, right?
Yep. That's the friend.
Oh, no.
Well, to round it off today, I didn't want to do a Prices Redacted because I'm going to save that for when we're in the new Pacific Northwest Grim studio. But I did want to do a game. So I came up, one thing I love about Black Library and Horse Heresy in particular is how ridiculous all of the names are. So what I want to play is a game that I'm calling Hunger Games character or Black Library character. And it's real simple. I'm going to give you a name, and you're going to tell me whether it's a character from Suzanne Collins' teen adventure series, The Hunger Games, or a Black Library character from the Horus Heresy.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Questions before
ready.
we begin. Danny, you already have 10 points from the looks of things, so you're in a good place.
Dan's in a good spot.
All right, so I got to answer first.
So yeah, well, yeah. Or Dickie,
Is this a first answer?
Dickie, would you like to go first, or would you like Danny to go first?
I would like Danny to go first.
Okay. So the first name, and these are all minor characters, is Caesar Flickerman.
Caesar Flickerman? Hunger Games character.
And a yawn.
That is a Hunger Games character. That is the host of the annual competition when Katniss Everdeen and PETA were tributes.
Yeah, I know. I'm a
He hosted
huge
the
Hunger
TV
Games
show.
fan.
You're a huge
Perfect.
Hunger Games fan?
Yeah.
I am. Fuck.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I hate
Okay.
that shit.
Dickie.
Yeah.
We have our next choice.
Yeah.
Damon Praetanis.
Black Library character.
That is a Black Library character.
Almost as like David Boreanaz.
He was the perpetual born on Earth in an unknown time, a little regard for humans, and was loyal to the Cabal.
How many points did I get? How many points do I get?
10. We'll just do 10 each.
Nice.
The name Praetanis was given at birth and had long been forgotten. In fact, little is known about his existence prior to being recruited in 1945.
Wow. You think I've been
That's
alive
nice.
a long
So they didn't
time.
go to Argentina. They went to the Imperium.
Okay.
Oh, the
Fair enough.
Nazis.
Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Boggs.
Boggs. Hunger Games.
That is a Hunger Games character. That is President Coin's second in command. His rank was colonel, and he was head of security of District 13 when Katniss Everdeen assumed the role of the Mockingjay. He becomes her protector. You're killing this.
He's 20
Just
points.
good at Hunger Games.
Yeah. Dickie?
Yeah.
Finnick O'Dare.
Finnick O'Dare. Hunger Games.
He was the male victor from District 4, and he won the 65th Hunger Games of 14, making him one of the youngest victors in Pan Am's history.
Woo! Yep.
Dude, imagine if we legalized child fighting.
Oh.
Dana White is like salivating right now at the thought of that. Danny, Seneca Crane.
Seneca Crane. You know what? I gotta go. It's another Hunger Games character.
It is the head game maker of the 74th Hunger Games, in charge of coordinating gameplay and ordering obstacles into the arena. He is a child murderer.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, all right. Hold on. His device is murder children.
Yeah, murder
He
is a
himself
strong
personally
word.
doesn't murder them.
That's fair.
Except for like a few times that he did.
Yes. Okay, Dickie. Next up, we have December Zote.
December Zote. Did you just do all Hunger Games characters here?
There's literally already been a Black Library character that you got
right. You got it right.
You got it right.
Yeah. Zote.
This one's tricky, actually.
This one's tricky because Zote is like a very 40k name.
It's a 40k creature, in fact.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Hunger Games.
It is a 30k character.
Oh, damn it.
One
Who do
of
you think Zotes are named after, homie?
One of the dreaded demon-possessed word bearers known as the Galvor Back. He had with him a work party of the Zenfar cult, the recursive family, one of the many chaos cults serving the 17th Legion. It's a word bearer.
Damn
That's
it.
wonderful.
Danny, Greasy Say.
Greasy Say?
Greasy Say.
That's a Black Library character, John.
That is a Hunger Games character.
Yeah!
A bony old woman who sells bowls of hot soup from a large kettle of the Hab in District 12. Didn't play much of a role in the movies, large role in the books.
Well, yeah, but influence-wise, huge effect on the movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Dickie, this one here, hopefully doesn't trip you up.
It will.
Amar Astardi.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to say Black Library.
It is.
Yeah!
Amar Astardi was a scientist of ancient Terra and the first director of the Imperial Biotechnical Division, who was instrumental during the final days of the Unification Wars in the 30th millennium in creating the first Space Marines. Because if Horus Heresy ruined anything, it was the fact that everything is named after a person. You have Arkan Land with the Land Raider and Land Speeder. Now you have Amar Astarti with his Adeptus Astartes that he helped create.
That's horrible. They really greenlit that. That is horrible fluff.
That is part of the Horus Heresy.
You know what? It's amazing.
Well, you have Zote, named after a Horus race, named after him.
Danny, your name, Ecritres.
Ecritres?
Ecritres. Chat, by the way, Duncan saying Jimmy Space. I do enjoy Yogscast fans. They said Jimmy Space was the creator of the first Space Marines. Danny, your name, Ecritres.
That's 2 words or 1 word? I can't tell.
That would be a great thing to clarify. Oh, I misgendered. Oh my gosh.
Oh, did you? It's a her.
Yeah,
It is a her.
Astardi is a her. No, I'm the worst person. Take
Really?
1 point away from me, Dickie.
That's their last name?
Astardi, yeah. But yeah, Ecritres.
All right, yeah, sorry. This is a Hunger Games character for sure.
Oh, Danny, I thought you would get this one.
Oh, baby.
Ecritres, known as the Sin Eater, was a human archivist and chapter serf of the Night Lord's Legion during the Great Crusade in Horus Heresy. A psyker aboard the battleship Nightfall, Trez became close to Primarch Conrad Kurz due to his ability to telepathically calm the Night Haunter's violent dreams and visions.
I don't think I've read that.
So literally, yeah, he said lullabies to them. No, people aren't going to watch this, Danny. Thanks a lot. Dickie.
They were already going to watch it.
For the win. Yeah, go ahead.
Yuleen. I have more. I have 3 more. Yuleen Grun.
Yuleen Grun. I'm going to say that's a Hunger Games character.
Nope, that is a 30k character. Yuleen Grun was a princeps of the Legio Audax Warhound Hindara. She was among the traitor Titan Legion's forces that took part in the Siege of Terra. At the time of the battle for the Eternity Gate, Grun was a heavily mutated monstrosity that had fused with her own Moderati.
I can't believe you didn't get that. That was the easiest question on the face of the planet, Dickie. You
really? Oh, my bad.
Fool.
I am a dumbass.
Next up. Danny, Verulam Jubal.
Say that again.
Verulam Jubal.
Verulam Jubal.
That's a Black Library character.
It is. Appearing in Horus Rising, was a lodge member and sergeant of a tactical squad, was angered when Garvel Loken chose to promote Nero Vippus, which is also a Hunger Games character, I would imagine, to the second in command of 10th Company. That jealousy led to him being corrupted by the warp. He killed his entire squad before attacking Loken. The powers of the warp mutated Jubal into a visage of a slobbering, raging demon beast. Was eventually killed by Loken and Vipus.
Samus.
Yeah.
I always thought his name was Vipus because I thought that was cool. But like, that's you think it's? I guess it is Vipus, dude. That's real. That's yeah. No, I don't think you're wrong.
Dickie.
Yeah.
I don't have a tiebreaker after this. So if you lose this, it makes it a lot easier. If not, then we call it a draw.
Shit.
Dr. Aurelius.
Dr. Aurelius. See, they
a golden god, if you will.
Yeah. I'm going to say Hunger Games.
That is Hunger Games. Is a resident doctor of District 13 who specialized in the care of mentally unstable during the war.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm happy to call this a draw.
Yeah,
John.
he is.
I think Dickie really showed his mettle here today, and he brought his A game and his B brain and did just really well.
And guys, that was Hunger Games character or Black Library character, which was a fantastic thing that came to me earlier today.
It was.
Okay, what was the last one? What was the last one? I think we got to do the last one.
That was the last one.
Oh, okay, great.
Dickie, you're really good at this.
I'm really bad at this.
Oh.
No, well, look, I thought I was good, so you have to be good as well.
So the reason for the last one, I'll tell you my secret.
Okay.
They don't use the word doctor in 40K. Get that out of here. We're going Hunger Games all the way, baby.
I do.
Chat.
It's in the Gaunt's Ghost book.
Chat, please correct Dickie with your cited notes from Gaunt's Ghost and other Black Library books.
Dr. Kurth.
Yeah.
And then there's the other guy.
No, they're like
Anna Kurth is her name.
But she's
and then there's
doctor,
the main doctor.
We got a tiebreaker here from chat. First it wasn't Eisenhorn, Hunger Games or Black Library.
I guess Danny, that's yours.
Oh man. Well, good thing I know the answer to this. That is a Hunger Games character.
District 420's champion.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, awesome. Well, guys, that was a far better show than watching me and Danny play games, even though me playing games was way much fun and I had to do way less prep.
It was pretty fun for us.
It's pretty fun for us. We'll probably do it one more time. I'm not lying. But we know now to tease you. So to start normal, then halfway through, just give up and go to playing games.
Maybe it was my questions. Maybe I just need to do better at questions.
Well, I think you were saying post-show. They were like, why do you answered really seriously. You didn't make a joke out of it. And I think
you guys got real serious about the relationship.
And I think both of us were like, we don't joke about our friendship.
That's right.
That's my
It did sound like a committed relationship when we were talking about it.
That's my fault. That's, you know what?
It is.
Next time I'm going to choose better questions.
I specifically, I'm purchasing a sofa bed for my Washington home so Danny has somewhere to sleep if he wants to go to GT's down here.
Yeah.
That's the level of friendship.
I love it.
And we ruined another episode. Thanks, Dickie, for making us get real.
Oh, shit. Well, at least they went.
It's okay, Dickie. We love you.
Yeah.
Plug your popular stuff, and then we'll get out of here.
Oh man, I haven't edited a show for Old World Charm for a while, so
I think we are going to record this week a new show.
Nice.
Like in the next couple days, but it won't be out until the weekend. I think. God, what was the last show we did? We did Warriors, and then Adam and I did an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We talked about a bunch of stuff in that episode. We answered you listener questions, that kind of thing. I think we're going to go over a new fan made codex.
Oh, we built lists. We built lists, remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the list, Dickie. I forgot about the lists.
Yeah.
That was a great episode.
That was really good.
You guys will not forget about it after you've seen it because it's so good. And there's some really quality lists coming out of that episode.
Yeah, sorry. My mind has been a crazy whirlwind.
You're
emotions and other things. So, yeah, anyway.
Fantastic. Definitely check out that Old World Charm. And then check out also the slightly worse now because Val is no longer on it quite as often. Square based with Rob.
Yeah, check it out.
I miss him, but I also talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing okay. I need to send him a message.
Yeah, sending our love. Always. Yeah, guys, that's been another Grim After Dark. We're gonna be back next week, around the same time. Will we bore you with terrible video game playing? Will I come up with more bizarre games to play? Probably the bizarre games to play because I enjoy them. And that actual Hunger Games one was a lot closer than I thought it would be. Because Danny, I thought you had a far better knowledge of not only Black Library, but of teen drama.
If you look at Danny, it's team drama. Look at him.
That's look. I live in a place with a 40K community. Of course, there's teen drama amongst 40-year-old men, like tons of it.
Absolutely true. But for Grim After Dark, I've been John.
I've been Danny.
I've been Dickie.
Yeah, look, we're trying something new.
Is this what we're doing?
We're going to. We used to do it in mob rules. We're just adding Dickie back in.
Okay.
And we will see you next Tuesday.
It's time to step into the grim darkness with nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose. It's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, we are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim After Dark, the nerds playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them, put my hands around the neck, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe or breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.